All right, whatever. We're going, I think. Are we going?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
alive.
I never
You
know.
gotta excuse my sister. She's new to this stuff.
Anyway, okay, so welcome back to the Trauma Twins. We had a really good response from everyone, and we appreciate all the love and support. And our little mantra we want to say is that you are loved.
And you're not alone.
Yes, and you're not alone. So, we're going to do this every Monday, I think, since you guys seemed so interested. But for this week, what I wanted to touch on was the different levels of trauma healing that we're at, because he's been going to therapy for a while, whereas I just kind of this last year started going to the doctor and therapy and all that, and I have been diagnosed with anxiety disorder and PTSD, which I think you have as well. Yeah.
PTSD and ADHD.
Yeah. So that's real fun. But anyway, so yeah, I just started going to therapy, and like in the video from last week, I followed through and I went, and it was good, and I have another session on Thursday. So yay. Yeah, so I'm excited to finally start healing and stop running away like I normally do, but yeah.
I'm excited for it too.
Yeah.
To finally start overcoming stuff that.
Speak up.
To start overcoming stuff that previously scared you.
Yeah.
And I know the type of growth going to therapy will bring, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, so how's it been? When did you start therapy?
I've technically been to therapy 4 different times. First one was as a kid for my ADHD, so like to me going to therapy is actually pretty normal.
Well, that, and wait, sorry to cut you off, but we went to therapy when we were in the safe house. Yeah. Is that where you were getting that?
No,
Oh.
no, mine
That was another time.
Mine was specifically because of my ADHD. What I think really happened was during my developmental stage was more when a lot of the stuff was happening to us. So my development was hindered because of the lack of attention to me, and with the amount of energy I exerted when I was younger, it was too much for most people to handle. It was like crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. You were like way too intense for me.
Yeah.
I was like, get out of my face. What are you doing?
So
Like-
adults didn't know what to do with me, so I think I got passed around from a couple of different specialists. I do remember that. But there was stuff that I feel wasn't being talked about between the adults. PTSD, I think, is something that is more relevant than my ADHD. Because I could actually control my energy now, I can control my tone, I can control all sorts of stuff. So with that being said, PTSD is more what I'm focused on now. We both went through a lot of traumatic situations as a kid, which I don't think gets talked about enough. It's talked about with soldiers, people that are overseas serving for the military, this and that.
Yeah, people always assume it's like military based. I'm like, you don't have to be in the military to suffer from PTSD.
Yeah. Could be a civilian thing too,
Yeah.
not just military.
Yes, exactly.
We all go through traumas. I feel no trauma is more traumatic than another.
Yeah.
You
it's
may be
not a
more connected
game.
to one
Yeah.
trauma. I may be more connected to another
Yeah.
trauma. It doesn't matter. It's not a competition. It's more about.
Yeah, it's not a competition. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, they're like, oh, well, I went through this. Well, I went through that. And I'm like, just, like, everyone goes through their own thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think what we
fuck that
can-
shit. Oh, sorry.
we can rest on is that we've all been through some pretty crazy stuff. We're still here. We're still
Fighting.
breathing, right? I'm trying to get more away from the fighting.
Okay, not fighting.
More just enjoying every moment. Like we're here, right? Every day we wake up with the breath, with the gift of breath. in our body. So like breath is life. So if you wake up and you're breathing, you're aware, it's a good day. And now we get the ability to try again, to understand be better, but also understand ourselves a little bit more, which the more I talk about it, the more normal I feel, or like
Ditto.
I don't think normal is a good word, but I just feel
Yeah.
like through me sharing shows my strength to share, but also my not give a fuck mentality.
Why get that video taken down if you do that? Oops, I did
So
it too.
it's more just like my story is what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be ashamed
I don't
about.
even care anymore. Like I said in the last video, I was like, screw it. It is what it is.
Yeah. And so we were talking about therapy, which also the other caveat is self-help or loving yourself first, putting yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is something we both struggle with, is feeling like it's a selfish thing to do or it's bad to be like putting yourself first. I know for me where it comes from is seeing our parents do that and it actually be detrimental to us kids. And then for me there's two different ways. If you're a single person, put yourself first as much as you can. But if you have kids, you also need a balance between putting yourself first and also understanding you brought a child into this world. They also deserve to be put first sometimes.
That's an interesting concept because I didn't think of that because we were talking earlier before this, and I was like, you can't fill from an empty cup. And I don't have kids and I'm not married or anything, so like it's easy for me. But you have Park or niece.
I have a 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
she's
so
gonna turn 8 in 2 months, which I don't want to create more empty cups.
yes,
It's like
yeah.
one thing. I try to make sure my daughter's taken care of. Some people may say I spoil her or this or that. I do know that I try to provide her stuff that I didn't have, but I also try to keep in mind some of the lessons that I've learned by not having a lot. Making the best of
'Cause it's like-
what you've got.
Exactly.
Because
It's like you don't need stuff.
No.
You can't take it with you anywhere or whatever, and it's just stuff. It doesn't. I don't know. We didn't grow up with like gift giving and stuff like that. So it's been interesting to see how some people really put emphasis on, like, that's just Mia. I don't know if you guys can hear, but really put emphasis on like, I'm showing you how much I love you by giving you this gift or that gift, and to me it's never made sense. I'm like, okay, I don't know, right? Like,
everybody's different.
yeah, love languages.
I know about the
or
5
whatever
different
it
love
is.
languages.
Yeah, something like that.
Everybody puts more importance on something else,
Yeah.
and you got to honor what they care
Yes.
about, and you also have to honor
Communication
what you care
is
about.
key.
Yeah. So no one is better than the other. You just have to understand the people you're dealing with. Some people do really like gifts, and it makes them feel amazing, which the idea is just that feeling. It's not actually a gift that is the special thing, but it's a feeling you could give someone. And I know with the topics we've been talking about, I know what it feels like to not feel good, to not get what you want, to feel less deserving or whatever. Like whatever struggle comes up, I feel like I battle with like rejection issues. The smallest little rejection, I'll take it all personal. And it has not, like I was talking about in the last video, it has nothing to do between you and me. But that little rejection reminds me of like some big rejections back when I was a kid, like not having my mom around enough or not having my dad around enough. So it has nothing to do with like the present moment. You saying, no, I can't hang out this weekend because I got family in town. And I'm like, oh, it got me. Like, oh, you don't want to hang out with me. I must be a shitty person or something. And it's not like that.
No, yeah. It's like you have to like really think about why you're feeling this emotion or whatever. And like we all struggle with it. Mm-hmm. We are in no way, shape, or form perfect, and we are not professionals. We're just trying to like let everyone know that it's okay to talk about this stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
and I think that's for me, staying on tune with the topic we were talking about, like self-love, for me, in order to get over this, I need to talk about it. Not so much with you guys. I actually need to talk about it more with my own family, but that is a challenge. Not everybody wants to talk about it. You bring up one topic, then you trigger, say, your dad,
Other people's.
your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister. You say something that triggers them, and you're ready to talk about it, and then all of a sudden they're triggered, they're not ready to talk about it.
Especially when you have a sister like me, where I'm just like, get away from me. But now we're kind of on the same level. I think
Getting
a little
there.
bit. We're getting
Just
there.
go to therapy. It helps you learn
Therapy,
how to talk
yes.
through some of these emotions.
There is nothing
and not
wrong
just
with
shut
going to
down and
therapy.
run.
Yeah.
'Cause, you're gonna just keep running in circles if you're trying to run away
Yep,
from your trauma.
which that's totally what I've been doing, like
'Cause
most
your
of
trauma
my life.
will chase
Woo! Like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Whee!
If you learn to just confront it, and well, it's really like looking yourself in the mirror. So like being on the camera is a big deal for me because right now I see myself,
Yeah.
and in a way I'm just speaking to myself. You guys are just gonna benefit by hearing from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I guess that's a long enough video, right? What time is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
11 minutes
Cool.
in, so we covered the therapy since the last video. My sister went to therapy.
Yes,
Which
I did.
Congrats on that. It's huge. It's a gigantic step.
Yes.
And now we just got to continue to
Keep doing it.
move in the right direction.
Keep doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then
Yay.
this is video number 2.
Number 2.
So.
And then always remember, you are loved.
And you're not alone.
Bye.